All right, with Nadav Embon. Did I say your name properly?
Yes, you did. How
All
are
right, the
you?
planet that doesn't exist, animation sci-fi film from Israel. How's it going, man? It's really a cool film. It's the festival. The film's doing well around the world on the festival circuit. You must be happy.
Yeah, we're thrilled. Very happy about it, seeing our film getting noticed in so many different audiences and places around the world. Yeah.
So the film, this is your project, like this is your baby that you've been working on for a long time. One would assume.
This project is very close to my heart. I can't say it's my baby because um, I was given this project with great honor of adapting a comic book into a short animation. Um, the writer and the creator of the comic book Navy Bird.
Yeah.
Uh, this wasn't her first. This wasn't her choice of making this her comic book into a short
Okay.
animation.
She didn't want to, or like is she happy now?
It wasn't her decision because this big project is to commemorate her work. She's no longer with us.
Yeah.
She's been murdered in a terrorist attack over a year ago in Jaffa, which is a city in Israel that is um, a city where Jews and Muslims and Christians live together. And during the war that we were having in the past 2 years, there was another attack within the borders of Israel and attacked on many civilians leaving the subway in a train.
Mm.
And unfortunately, Revital, which is known in her name Navy Bird, she was there. She got shot. And her mother, Liora, took upon herself to bring her creative work in the field of graphic novels and comics uh, to a larger audience via short animation. And I was fortunate enough to be given this project and with the with gloves. I attended this mission because of the importance and of course the, the 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 tendencies, that when you're working on such sensitive materials
Mm.
with a loved one that has passed and the family trying to do something like this, it has to be addressed sensitively.
Yeah, 100%. So there it's good pressure, I would call it, I guess. Meaning that like you want to do the best you possibly can because it's not just about your ego, it's not just about you. It's about this entity, it's about this person's legacy in many ways, right?
Definitely, it can be even a paralyzing kind of stature,
Yeah.
uh, because you want to do the best job that you can, and you want to honor her style, and you want to honor her written word,
Yeah.
because many times, unfortunately, in my country, in my home country, you hear about a lot of projects that people open secret doors and reach into a creative work of people who were deceased, and then try to bring those creative works into life, and it's a real throw of the dice. It's a real gamble because you don't know what you're going to get when you look into someone's creative work that he left behind him, and it's not guaranteed that it's going to be um, good material to work with. But in this case, Navy Bird was an amazing writer. As you probably know, writing sci-fi is not for everyone. It's
No.
it's it's a very easy genre to spot um, amateurs, and her work was
True. Yeah.
very on spot. I was moved from the first time that I read the story, and the way that this specific story, The Planet That Doesn't Exist, echoes her own tragic demise is unbelievable, and I couldn't um, couldn't be more moved from a project in this recent years and in my young years as an animator and a director.
Okay, so then I'm assuming the family gave it approval because I'm assuming if there's any rights or entity that the family owns so they gave it approval for your company or for you had a producer and for them you guys to make this film. That was the first step.
Yes, it was very important for Liora, Navy Bear's mother, to meet with whoever gets to touch and to adapt her work.
Yeah.
She met with a few animators and directors and companies and decided to go with me and my team. The connection was very, very personal. It had nothing to do with show me your background as an animator because that's not her field of expertise. She
Yeah.
just needed to feel a chemistry and to find someone who will take care of this delicate baby project. Um, Turning this tragic story into something that inspires and now has been shown in many different places and theaters and venues around the world is an unbelievable honor and very moving for her and for the family and for us, the producing team.
Okay, so what's the next step for you is you have her graphic novel, so you have to turn it into a screenplay, one would assume, right? So you guys kind of adapted the her like is it just a portion of the story? Is it the full story? What's the
So this project is the full story.
okay,
I'm happy to say that from the success of this project, another comic book, another novel of Navy Birds is in the works, being adapted to another even longer animation short.
yeah.
Yeah, you have this piece that has already the artistic values and the story, and you want to try and adapt it to a shooting script. And for me, the most easy thing to do is right away find where the cinematic kind of language can be
Mhm.
adapted from the world of comic books. I'm a big fan of comic books and sci-fi, so it was the vision was very clear, and I started storyboarding right away. But the real challenge was going through the material itself and kind of tracing back the type of background that Navy had and the research that she had about this subject. The story is about an astronom who is investigating our solar system, discovering a planet, and looking forward to discovering a second planet in
Yeah.
her young career. Um, so it is based very much of on the history of researchers and astronomers. And as we research or re-research for the filmmaking, we couldn't help but notice that we are walking in the virtual footsteps of Navy Bird. So we stumbled upon material that is, we have no doubt that she was inspired by graphically, visually, and of course, her adaptation of what those historic events of what does it mean to be a researcher of the galaxy
Mhm.
means to a character and how it is built and how someone who is passionate about discovering um, and unsolving mysteries of the universe, how the arc of their personality through their career is being built. Um, and in that way, the film echoes her own tragic story because, and this is a spoiler to the short itself.
Yeah.
um, the researcher never finds the second planet and gets that holy grail because she dies before she could do it. So
Okay, so I just want to mention that there's something very kind of creepy or kind of like Kismic. I don't know how to describe it, but the character in the film is 23, 24 years old. I guess she's like just like Lady Bird was when she was passed away. And
Mhm.
she's a discoverer and like and so and then the character dies, like you gave away the spoiler, just like Lady Bird does. It's kind of scary how similar how similar things are.
So whenever I tell the story about
Yeah.
the how Navy Bird's life and this deceased life is echoed through the story, I get chills just speaking about it
Yeah.
with you when I tell about it and to family and friends. It's just chilling, and it keeps on re-referring to itself. This kind of the notion that there's a bigger connection here. Um, and reality is being replayed and signs are being sent to us throughout this creative journey. Yeah, it sends shivers down your spine. It's very, very, very moving. The way she unknowingly wrote her own tragic end.
Yeah. So okay, I can't. It's hard to have a segue here, but I want to. You did an
Mhm.
amazing job. Let's put it that way. The family should be happy. It's a really great animated film. It's a nice story, nice pace. It's just a really solid film, and I see you have it online now. I will champion it. Try to champion it as much as we possibly can. We have a movie review on the festival review site. We have a link to your film right now. It's just a really great film. I just want to point that out. But you made it kind of, I call it a classic animation. It's like you made like hand drawing 2D animation. Was that always your intention to do it like that? Like kind of have a classic kind of style?
Well, it definitely was the style chosen because of the art of Navy Bird. We wanted to try and we didn't want to replicate it because there was a big decision to make. Do we take the actual comics and create some sort of cut out
Yeah,
animation from the characters? Do you model those characters and try to do some kind of sophisticated 3D rig kind of thing?
yeah,
Um, and we decided that we're going to combine kind of taking the inspiration of her art, which is very loose and round and has uh, almost like an unfinished, sketchy kind of vibe,
yeah,
and mimic it in such a way that holds the artistic value of her style. Um, so it's hand drawn and hand designed, but on the other hand, we use the power of AI to f feed the work of Navy Bird throughout this film into a built machine that
yeah,
will study the artistic style and then could create some sort of renders when we modeled the observatory where most of the plot takes place. And we styled the backgrounds and the compositing using AI
yeah.
learning tools to study her style and then using it to build that world where the characters play the plot out.
So old school, new school, like, and it
Yeah,
is yeah, great. We
and
that's
and
fantastic.
it also echoes the story itself because the story
Yeah,
is about trying to find discovering the new era and looking towards the sky. There's something kind of surreal in the way the comic books um, visualize the main character because she's an astronomer, but she's wearing a helmet throughout the
yeah,
comic. And it's never explained. Is she in orbit? Or why is she even on? What's going on there? It's just some kind of a surreal touch that works really well when you see that there's another character which is also out of this world, in the character of the Grim Reaper, the
yeah.
Death. Um, Exactly how you describe it, bringing the old school technique into the high tech. We actually had some adaptations in the last week of the post production on the film because there were new AI tools that we could use that
Oh
weren't
wow.
available when we started production, but in the final weeks of post production were all of a sudden available, and we implemented them into the film itself.
That's amazing. And there's almost like a timeless feel like in the film where we don't really know where we are because the first shot really is like an audio tape like cassette recording, which has been, nobody's used since the 1990s, I guess, right? So, and then you have like the floppy disk. So like we don't know where we are, right? We think we're in the future, but we're like, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, there's something very fluid about what exactly is the timeline here.
Yeah.
It may seem sci-fi and futuristic in one sense, but then you can see that she's recording herself on a tape recorder. She's using pen on paper, and then she's using a computer, but it's like a big tube computer screen,
Yeah.
old school kind of 80s personal use computers. Um, and another funny use that we had for AI, there's one very short scene where you can see her running calculations on a computer and trying to determine solar eclipses. And in order to decide what's going to be on the screen to convey that that's what she's doing, my partner Chem Adams, who was in charge of the animation and the composition, he was baffled of what's going to be on the computer screen. So what he actually did is build a program that determines solar eclipses using AI, and then the visualization that the user interface outlet from the work that he did with the AI, that's what you see on her screen. It's an actual operating app to determine future and past solar eclipses.
Wow. Yeah, and let me talk to me about the sound design because it's a really nice sound design as well. Like I'm just curious about the process of doing that.
So on the sign designs, there's two geniuses that we work with, Ori Dekel, who created the very hands-on um, percussions and bells and strings and piano, and gave that to another maestro, one of the most admired by myself professionals I ever had to work with, Eva Spitkovsky. She's a sound designer that I've been working for this past 10 years. Whenever I can afford and reach her and get her to work on a project, she's the first choice that I have. She's just a joy to work with. And yeah, and again, that's the Eva is a very professional with a lot of experience in film and coming from the background from like a Soviet background,
Yeah.
just as Navy Bird and her family. They're Jewish Russians that immigrated into Israel, and they have that kind of style. I feel that I can see that Soviet kind of writing and
Okay.
philosophy into that work of Navy Bird. And the same happens whenever I work with Eva Spitkovsky. There's like the layers, there's this Chekhovic kind of layers into the work, and a lot of very deep uh, um, overlays of different environments. Yeah, the work of Eva Spitkovsky as a sound designer is something that I there's a story I love to talk about, to tell about her. I once had to decide on a big project of which kind of a sound designer I want to work with, and that was the first time I got to see Eva Spitkovsky's work. Um, And in order to decide, we gave an assignment to sound designers, um, with a little like 20 seconds kind of clip of a couple walking on the beach shore.
Mhm.
And Eva just I just remember getting the work back from all the candidates, and Eva just blew my mind, gave me three different options. Each one had different
Yeah.
seagulls and was from a different ocean, and the way that she builds a world, and then a world within the world. So there's follies and the sound effects that connects you to what you're seeing on screen, and then there's the music, then the composition that tries to lead you emotionally through the movie itself. Yeah, we're very proud of the soundtrack as well.
Yeah, and no, it's really solid work. It's like top-notch professional from someone who sees a lot of films. So yeah, you're on your way. I just want to go back to Ladybird because like, on her YouTube channel, she has I guess she put up 2 months ago. It's got 47,000 views, and I know it's going to go up and up and up. But she has a description in the YouTube channel. I'm sure you've read it, but I just want to I want to just say it. She goes, I was born centuries ago on a pirate ship or perhaps on a train. Though what does it matter? I make art and comics now. Now I bring you fantastical stories with larger than life people, places, and events. And I welcome you to my wonderland. So there's a legacy there, right? And you got the one film up. I'm assuming that you're going to go off in your career and you're going to do different things, but I how vast is her body of work? Does she have a lot of stories, a lot of novels that she's done? Like she's only 24 years old, right? So
It's crazy how young she was when taken from us, and how vast and how big of a body of work she has, and the variety. So I mean, she goes into sci-fi and she goes into fantasy, um, and she's very into symbolism and deep culture rooted kind of research into her work. So the next project that we're working on from Navy Bird is called Arlecchino and Pierrot, which is two characters from if you're familiar with Commedia dell'arte, the art the theater genre from the medieval times of carnivals and moving actors and acrobats and musicians that used to entertain Europeans hundreds of years ago. So she works with that and and the visual culture of nomads and circus people and carnival folk.
yeah,
So she moves from different references of culture and history, always embedded in very strong research and symbolism through that material that she works with. So we're very excited to keep on bringing forth her or keeping her legacy through her work. And again, keeping in mind everything. It's again we address it with a sacred honor. Um, and again, when the production house, the production house, or the executive producer is family of a loved one,
yeah.
uh, it changes the way you work, and it kind of defines who are the kind of people who can work on such a project.
Liora is like she submitted to the festival, right? Like,
Yeah.
and she's the contact person.
Yes.
So she's doing the distribution of the film.
That's what she's doing. This is her life goal now.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate and lucky and appreciative of being chosen by her to be by her side in this journey. Um, yeah, well, we can't imagine what it would be, and I don't know. I'm a father myself.
Yeah.
Losing your child, and in such a manner, and then trying to find the purpose or re-find purpose where
Yeah.
purpose was lost. Um, yeah, I'm very grateful for the relationship I have with Liora.
She has a lot. You could tell, like, I don't know her personally, but you could tell she has a lot of courage, and just because usually you can go into into a ball and cry for the rest of your life. Like, I can't even imagine. It's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to die before your children die, right? Like,
Exactly.
right? So,
Yes, exactly. So Leora had big plans to leave for Navy Bird everything that she worked for.
yeah.
And now she's putting that accumulated resources into this project of bringing Navy Bird's work into to as many audiences as possible. And she's doing it. She founded a prize for young comic book artists in Israel that their excellent work can be acknowledged through a prize that carries Navy Bird's name, and she's heartbroken and grinds through that with this new purpose of commemorating the memory of her daughter.
And you, like, fantastic filmmaker yourself, storyteller. You're just starting. You said you have a child. Like, you seem like you're like in your like early 20s, but like you seem to have a lot of sophistication, and you're on your way as to be as a filmmaker yourself, right? Like, you're just starting your career. One would say.
My appearance might hint you that way. I
Yeah.
know I'm 42. I have three
Oh,
children,
wow.
actually.
Okay.
Um, and let's say
Okay,
that
I
I
see a little gray
drifted.
hair on the side there. Okay.
Yes, yes, that's it. My gray hair is
Yeah.
supposed to be the tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, my career has been I drifted away from animation, and this is a very, very welcomed comeback for me to direct animation, and definitely in a project of this caliber and seriousness, because um, if we would look into the body of my work, it's very much entertainment and comedy and online series and different kind of projects. Um, but combining these things back to the source and where I grew up as in animation school, and it's a big step in my journey as well, definitely.
And yeah, so I know there's a lot going on in your world, and I appreciate your time and your half hour talking about this. Like I said, we're gonna push this film as much as we can on our channels. I think it's a fantastic film, and could tell like it's playing everywhere around the world, and now you have it online, and now you're gonna get that online audience, and hopefully that you can not yourself or somebody else will build that body of work for Ladybird, and that's the great thing about the era that we live in now, right? Just go on YouTube and it can stay there forever. People can watch it 100 years from now.
Definitely. And the community that was built and that Navy Bird was involved in, the community of comic books and graphic novels, they know about her worldwide, and now when we integrate animation into it, there's a bigger audience to reach, and we're very, very happy about that. And very appreciative for the platform and in this conversation with you here and through the festival. So thank you very much again.
All right, let's talk again when you make your next film.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.